Stephen Kearney knocked it back. Well, the Eels showed last weekend that a week in football can be rather stressful, from a terrific season opening against the New Zealand Warriors to an awful performance against the Panthers. I guess if they're going to find winning form again, this is the place they're most likely to find it, though, because their record here is good. Of their last 7 they've played here, they've won 5 of them. 3 changes: Walker, Waisili and Shackleton into the run-on side. And that is Shane Shackleton, his first run-on appearance since 2009 when he was at the Roosters. And there he is, the lifesaver. The boys, in fact, are calling him Hasselhoff after his deeds of the week.
Don't hassle the Hoff, eh?
Luke Burt, will he equal the benchmark of 110 tonight set by Brett Kenny? And you would think it'd only be a formality that Nathan Hindmarsh, the most capped Eel of all time, with his 16th tackle tonight, will bring up 10,000 tackles for his career.
Well, he's likely to get that in the first 15 minutes. And as we have a look at the conditions out here, we had a little bit of rain earlier. It's stayed away at the moment. So a little bit greasy out there, and the kicking game's so important tonight. And to be honest, both of these teams can be a little bit hit and miss in that department. Just keep an eye out on Jared Hayne with his downtowns. You won't see a better spiralling long kick in the game than Hayne. And Sandow and Sutton, they'll need to reply in kind.
Just waiting for the kicking tee to arrive. Steve Lyons and Matt Checken in charge of the game.
Remember the good old days, Ray? You just put the heel in and you pushed it sideways, and then you put the ball down on the point. And
in difficult conditions, Sterling would put his index finger on the top of the ball and Cronin would kick it.
Yeah, nearly broke my hand on about 6 occasions.
Dear oh dear.
This is quite laughable, really. It is something that is required at the start of every game, and here we are waiting probably 60-odd seconds or more for it to arrive.
You actually can get kicking tees of different sizes to accommodate the person kicking. Here we go.
Parramatta then running from left to right. Their home game against the South Sydney Rabbitohs, both beaten last weekend. And Luke Stewart it is that's met and tackled low by Tim Manor. Hindmarsh put him down for 1. He went in there simultaneously with Maguire. And the 13 is David Tyrrell, who the newspapers did a magnificent spread on today. He would be Superman's greatest fan. And we might get around to talking about some of the things that he still possesses from his childhood as an admirer of the man with the cloak. So the Rabbitohs with David Taylor now just beyond their own 40-metre line. Wesser goes over to Sando, and he just puts a little ball down onto the stomach of Eddie Pettybourne, right in the centre of the ground. A little bit chopped up, in fact. Now Inglis gets a kick in. It's a big torpedo punt, more high than long. And Waisili it is that takes the ball, and then he's hammered by his opposite coming down the ground, Talanoa.
That was a very good take. That was... Oh, hang on. We've got Pettybourne here getting young Ryan Morgan into a dangerous position. It's onto his back. And the penalty goes to Parramatta. It looked a little bit more dramatic, but this is a good take. It was swirling around. He was close to the sideline, but he made it look very, very comfortable. And then Pettybourne, he drives in. Fortunately, it didn't go any further.
So Tim Manor to his own 40-metre line now. Opening exchanges of the opening match of the 3rd round of the Telstra Premiership, and Hindmarsh on the end of the tackle from Isaac Luke and Eddie Pettybourne. Now for Shackleton, and he will play the ball, the former Rooster. A big night for him, really, as it goes through from Robson, and Manor is with the ball, and they pick him up and drive him. He put himself, really, in an awkward position. Taylor was the tackler. Here's Maguire, came off a rabbit who didn't know he had it, and then it's gone off the feet of Luke, but they won't gain an advantage here, Parramatta, I wouldn't think, or is he restarting it? Yes, he is. And here's Hayne coming back now, a couple of metres into South Sydney's territory. So Chris Walker goes into dummy half, the number 3. I don't think veteran would be out of place in describing Chris these days, as he plays it for Casey Maguire. And that's Lasalo. Tanila Lasalo inside 30. They come right side. Maguire behind a second man of Shackleton decoy. And Robson's with the ball. He's 20 metres in from touch. They're 15 out, Parramatta. And here's Mortimer giving it inside for Manna. Manna almost through. Just on the edge of the ruck. So deep goes the pass from Maguire to Robson to Hayne. Bullets it off. What a ball. What a try. Why silly, but it's gone forward.
Wow.
He's ruled it forward.
Well, the Parramatta fans that are in direct line with that aren't happy. Jared Hayne's not happy. The linesman there has stood his ground. Let's have a look. That is perfect. That is perfect.
First scrum.
That is perfect. It doesn't get any better than that.
Seconds.
Doesn't get any better than that.
I need you to stay bound until we call out. You guys keep your
Well, Jared is absolutely amazed at the call, because all you're looking for really, does it come backwards off the hands, and he is convinced of that. Yes, it floated forward, there's no doubt about that. That is not a forward pass. This is Talanoa with the ball now, and I'm sure that Fatuli would be saying thank goodness for that touch, Judge. In fact, he might go over and just pat him on the shoulder in a moment. Pettybourne to play it.
Well, it was a great pass from Jared Hayne, and it should have registered first points. South Sydney now, they'll be aware of the fact that Hayne is in there in the attacking 23 and those kind of passes. They'll think there might be an intercept at some stage in this game for the offering.
I was going to make the comment coming up to it that was the area where they had nothing to offer. Knock on Taylor, picked up, advantage of Parramatta. Morgan goes down to the 20-metre line. They had nothing to offer last Friday night in a similar situation. Now from Waisili through Robson, it's found Manna. Stewart has got him tied up with Pettybourne, and Isaac over the top. And they're at the 10-metre line, middle ground. Shackleton running straight at the leading shoulder of Reece Wesser. And that's where they are. So close to this line down the southern end. Mortimer double pumps it. Lasalo is over. Did he make it? No. Penalty, double movement. Well, what a fortunate start for Souths, but less fortunate for Parramatta.
Can't believe it, can you? He looks certain to score. Gee whiz, I think he's just bounced, hasn't he?
That's a try.
That's a try.
Momentum,
my God.
Momentum has got. He did exaggerate the arm, but he didn't have to. Momentum got him there anyway. That's been the area that Parramatta have struggled in the last couple of seasons, actually scoring inside the 20. Well, they've been over twice tonight, and yet we look up at 0-0 as Luke Stewart